Well, hello. We're Flow 93.5 FM, downtown Toronto. And as you know, Flow is the #1 hip-hop station in Canada. I said Canada, not just Toronto. Of course, it's the #1 station in Toronto. They play hip-hop, R&B music, and it's what you'll call the urban station here in Toronto. Flow started, I believe, 2001, and it has made a big thing in the community. This station cares about people, cares about the community. We have a lot of young people in Toronto that listen to this station. And music is really, how do we say, music is, it's a phenomenon that young people, when I say young people, kids, young adults, teenagers, listen to. When they listen to this music, they tend to get acquainted with the DJs, the radio personalities that produce the music, the radio personalities that actually deliver the shows. We're talking about morning shows, we're talking about afternoon drive shows, and we're also talking about evening shows. Like here at Flow, you have that trauma unit in the evening for the young kids. You also have Devo Brown, with the afternoon mix, and of course the midday mix, and with Jenny. But there's nothing like the morning show. The morning show of Flow 93.5 with JJ and Melanie. And I'm here with Melanie Martin, and JJ couldn't be here, we're going to have a thing with him later, but we have Melanie here. And I'm going to turn this interview towards women in radio. A lot of people love Melanie in the morning. A lot of people want to be like her. A lot of people, she tells us a lot of stuff on the air. You talk about your teenage daughter. Nobody will even think you have a teenager. I mean, look at me, a 21-year-old, So she looks really beautiful, gorgeous, young, and I'm welcoming Melanie. Kemi'S.com.
Thank you.
The media, news, and gossip site in Toronto. Nice to meet you, Melanie.
Thank you. And I love your site.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for that endorsement. One thing I had is, we're doing this feature called 6 Questions for Melanie. Okay, the best thing, let's see. What is the best thing about working for Flow 93.5 FM? Melanie, tell us. You guys have to wake up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I've been doing a morning show in Toronto for it's about 6 years now. And I came over to Flow about a year ago. And I think the difference working here than other places that I've been, it's more of a family atmosphere. Everyone takes care of each other, especially working with JJ. As you know, if you listen to us on the air, we have a love-hate relationship going on. It's kind of like working with your brother, every morning. And I love the music. I love what we stand for. I love the information we provide. We're downtown chic. We know what's going on in the world, and hopefully what you want to hear. So it's really important to be a part of a radio station that sort of caters to that. Right. And like I said, within the company, it's a wonderful family-oriented company to work for, and you take a lot of pride in that, in being a part of that.
Yeah, being a part of a family where you work is so important, because if you love your job, that's just it. What else, Melanie, a lot of young women, I am the spokesperson publicist for the Canadian Association for Black Journalists, and we have something coming up in January, a mentoring program in which we're going to have a lot of college students come and meet all the personalities, in broadcasting, every form of broadcasting. Some of these young kids, I went to CW Jeffries the other day, and I was talking to the guidance counselor about getting their kids over there to come if they're interested in journalism as a career. And everybody's like, oh God, you have a cool job. When I was showing them my hip hop album, I want to be like Melanie. I want to get a job like that. What advice do you have for young women who want to be radio broadcasters, specifically music radio broadcasters? They talk about you in Just Red. What's the advice?
Well, for me, it was a really quick journey. It happened really fast for me. It was like literally overnight. And if you do decide to go to radio broadcasting school because that's what you really want, you'll probably come across people who tell you it's going to take a long time and it's very hard to get in. There are so few positions available, especially in Toronto, which is a major market for radio. They often give you advice and tell you to, you have to move out of town to go and get your experience. But in my case,
market.
But in my case, I was really lucky. I was in the right place at the right time. And I think if you really have the passion and the drive, and 100% within you that this is what you want, I think you can get what you want. I mean, it's like, keep your mind on that, stay focused on it, and only accept that job. And I remember when I was in college, I spoke to a program director in Toronto, and her advice to me was, if you want to be on the air, get on the air. Don't take any other jobs. Get on the air. Stay focused. And I think what she meant by that was just stay focused on what you truly want. Don't go off into sales and all these other places, because that kind of takes you away from your goal.
Go for your dreams, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like I said, in my case, that's what happened. I didn't give up. I knew, I felt it. I knew I was going to get a morning show in Toronto. Everyone told me, no, you're not. It's way too soon. Yes. It'll never happen. And I graduated from school, and 6 months later, I had a morning show in Toronto.
What school did you go to?
Humber College.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, persistent pays. And
it absolutely does. And that's what you have to do. You have to send out your demos. You have to send out your resumes. You have to call every day. You have to be willing to volunteer. You have to intern. You have to take initiative. It's hard work.
That's what I did when I went to CNN and all these jobs. You have to just be on their backs, and you have to call. You have to be persistent, and then of course you have to be enthusiastic. Enthusiastic and energetic, that sort of thing. Okay, well, in today's urban music, you know, hip hop, R&B, and soul, and everything else there, gangster rap, this, as they call it. Well, how critical or important are the personal lives of artists? How critical are the personal lives of artists today to the fans? For example, T.I.'s woes. You know, T.I. is a rapper that I personally knew out of Atlanta, and you know, when he came out of jail in 2004, I said, you know, be careful, T.I., don't get in trouble anymore, go out and make the money. But about 2 years later, now we have T.I. in a federal gun charge. That's one. Kanye West's mother died in cosmetic surgery a week and a half ago. Whitney and Bobby literally fought. And we in Atlanta, this guy here will tell you, you know, we saw the real fighting between Whitney and Bobby in Atlanta, in which she would, you know, break things in the house, fighting, swollen eyes. We saw it. I mean, because Whitney always invited me to the Bravo set, and a lot of these personal lives going on. The thing with Keisha Cole and Young Jeezy, all the rumors and the true rumors and all the emails going back and forth. Do you think today these things are important to the people that are buying the CDs? For example, I told my sons, I'm not buying 50-cent CD, the one Get Rich or Die. I'm not buying it if the lyrics are really bad. We're going to have to go to Walmart and get the, you know, the censored one. How important are the personal lives of artists today to the fans? What do you think?
I think to the fans, it's extremely important. I mean, if you love an artist, you're going to love an artist regardless. And I think, case in point, Amy Winehouse.
Oh, yes.
Some people, not necessarily my opinion, but some people believe Amy Winehouse is as good as she is because of her problems, which is sad. I mean, to me, it's very sad. But I think, you know, I've spoken to fans of hers who have said, I don't want her to change because I'm scared her music is going to change. So they'll still buy the albums and they still love her whether she has issues or not. But I think that fans are interested in the lives of the people they look up to. And if it's an artist like 50 Cent or like a Kanye West, you feel for them, you hurt for them because you love them. You have them playing in your car every day. You think about them. You know, your day starts with that music. So I think there is always that element that the fans want to know about that personal aspect. When it gets too far, like a Britney Spears, and it's too much, and it's every day, always in their lives, it's like, okay, enough already. But something like Kanye, you know, the fans just went, oh my gosh, because they can relate, and it makes it relatable. And I think you fall in love with them more when you know they're only human.
Yes.
You know? So I think it has a huge impact.
It has a huge impact on it. The mothers of the hip hop stars. I happen to have interviewed Miss Roberta Shields, Ludacris' mother, Mama D, Little Scrappy's mother, and Sonia Norwood, Brandy's mother. And there was one more mother that I interviewed. I don't remember who that was. Well, I have photos and interviews with them. I've never broadcasted them. I've never put them on the internet, but I'm going to be using them very soon.